Welcome to the Fuel with Purpose podcast, sponsored by Excel Strategies, a mentoring network. My name is Jay Thompson, founder and CEO. We've got our Bryan County Director in the studio, in the Sugar City studio, high above Savannah, Georgia. Nick, good to have you in, buddy.
Boom, Jay. Good to be here.
All right, man. Well, listen, we love to talk about, what we're doing in the community, a lot of our mentoring opportunities that we've got. And then we like to showcase mentors that are doing the work with us. We like to showcase sponsors that are engaged with us. Today, we're actually focused on curriculum and some things that we're teaching with the boys.
Yeah, as much as we love to have guests and talk about people and share stories, some of the things we want to do is just share what we teach the young men when we mentor them. And today is one of those days, and it's one of your favorite ones, Jay, so I will let you start off with that one.
Well, this past week, we were in Effingham County at the Trutland House, and we were mentoring on the construction trailer, working with some young men. I think we had around 7 or 8 young men on the trailer with us. But it's always important to focus on kind of the starting off your day, starting off your work day. And so what we like to share is 3 principles with our young men, a part of Excel. The first principle is you got to get up.
Get up.
And so we know that a lot of our young men are always asking, man, when are we ever going to start experiencing wins and victories in life? Okay. Well, I always say when you set your alarm the night before and you get up, that's a win. That's a victory. Mm-hmm. And then when you get up and get out of bed, you make your bed, and that's another victory. So right off the bat, you've got 2 wins under your belt for the day.
And getting up seems very easy, but for young men in this given time of before even the quarantine happened, and they were on like a 5-month stay-at-home quarantine vacation away from school, they stay up till 3 a.m. playing video games or watching things on their computer or phone that they shouldn't, and they don't get enough sleep, and they stay up too late either with friends or on their own or talking to a girl or something, and if they got a job and they're supposed to be there at 8 a.m., they don't get up on time, and that's the first thing that seems that easy, but the accountability and the responsibility isn't there even from that very first step.
Sure.
And you had a bad experience with that a couple times with getting young men jobs, and they didn't get up.
Experience, and so like if you're a student, if you're a young person out there watching, and you're going to start your job on Monday, okay? If you're going to start your first day of work on Monday, do not go out and stay out with your friends on Sunday night. I mean, that to me takes out a lot of our young men. Just going out with their boys on Sunday night, having a good time. They forget to set an alarm, or they're doing something crazy on Sunday night, and then they don't show up for their first day at work on Monday morning. And it's taking out a lot of guys. All right. So we always say you got to get up. That's your first principle. Mm-hmm. And then the second principle is you got to show up.
Show up.
So you need to be prepared for the first day of work. And you need to prepare yourself with transportation so that you can show up early. Mm-hmm. Always get ready the night before to show up early for the first day of work.
And it's one of those difficult things, too, where, young men go through our training, try to help them find a job, especially a good first job, not just doing the grocery store thing or the fast food thing, which those are good starting positions for the young men. But once they're ready for that next entry-level kind of responsibility, make a little bit more money job where more is asked of them, they need the help, and we'll give them the help to find those jobs. But we can't, and we're not going to go knock on their door that morning and take them there. They already have their own transportation. They know they can get there, and you got to let them out of your hands a little bit to feel that weight of responsibility, and some are ready and some aren't.
Now a lot of young men, they don't show up.
Yeah.
Right. And so we know that it's a learning experience for them. We just help train them and coach them through it. We know that, we could have made that mistake. Yeah. At their age, at 19, 20 years of age, right? Yeah. But within the show up, we want to ask our young men to do 2 things. Number one, they need to protect their crew. By showing up, you're going to have the opportunity to protect your crew so that your crew is successful during the day. Mm-hmm. And so it's very important to protect your crew by showing up to the work site, to the job site, to the work, at work, showing up early, being prepared for the day, because you're going to protect your crew, which will in turn pay off for you. Mm-hmm. Because when your crew's successful, you're going to be successful.
Yeah. It's not all about you.
It's not all about you.
That's a hard thing to realize. Yeah.
Now, along with the show up principle is that as you protect your crew, you're also going to protect your paycheck.
Yeah.
So you protect your crew, you're going to protect your paycheck, because we know that the young men that we're working with, they cannot afford to miss a paycheck. So it's going to be very important for them to understand this principle. You're going to show up because you're going to protect your crew, you're going to protect your paycheck. It's going to allow the company to be successful, and they're going to compensate you for that success.
Yeah, because if they're working on a crew and it's that kind of a job, at this point in life, most of them aren't in high school anymore. They're living on their own or with somebody, so they're the ones responsible for paying for the rent and the bills. They're not living with their parents anymore, and that money's got to come from somewhere. And if they don't protect the paycheck,
if you don't protect the paycheck, you're going to lose you're going to lose your housing, you're going to lose your transportation. And then what we want to do is we want our young men to, the third principle is to speak up. So we got to get up, show up, and we want to speak up. We want to communicate. If we're having trouble, or if we're having issues that we need to work through, don't be scared to speak up.
Yeah. And it's a fine balance too. It's not just speak your mind with everything you think is wrong and your opinion for that day when you're in a bad mood, which, we try to communicate. It's like you need to have a voice, but the voice comes with respect, and it's thought out, and you know the things that you have done wrong, or you have to ask questions if there's miscommunication, not just say whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it.
Yeah, we're actually going to do another podcast on what not to say, right?
That's step number 4, which is sometimes you have to shut up.
There you go. Sometimes you have to shut up. But we really see where young men will trip up along these 3 areas where they don't get up, they're not showing up, and they're not speaking up. Yeah. And so, a lot of times if we can just help, kind of guide them on this journey of life and help them understand the value of these 3 principles, they're going to be successful in the workplace.
Yeah. Yeah. And they'll make good money really quick, and they'll move up. It's crazy out there that if you just show up on time, you're respectful, and you communicate and have some kind of work ethic, how quickly you move up in a company or an organization, and the money starts coming, just because there's so few people that embody those simple characteristics.
Yeah, there's a part of longevity in the workforce that I think we're missing these days, where if people will commit, especially our young men that we're working with, if they'll commit to a trade and learning a trade, they'll commit to a company and bettering their crew, bettering their company, right? Then there'll be long-term benefits for sticking with a company and being able to grow into that company.
Yeah.
So listen, thank you all for joining us on the Fuel with Purpose podcast. Fuel with Purpose podcast is sponsored by Mark and Jenna Hall. We're grateful for our friendship with Mark and Jenna. And so thank you all for supporting us and allowing us to tell our story.
That's right. Get up, show up, speak up.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody.
See y'all next time.
Excel Strategies is a mentoring network that exists to empower young men with purpose and passion. We accomplish this through mentoring and training on topics such as goal setting, time management, relationships, health and fitness, financial stewardship, and so much more. To learn more about Excel Strategies or how to support our work, you can visit us online at exceltoday.com.